Okay, so we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another beautiful session today. So I know, like today, you have been seeing many contributors in the bundle. And for those of you who are wondering, like, what is this vegan health bundle? So every year, once a year, all the top plant-based doctors, chefs, fitness enthusiastic creators come together and collate their resources and provide all these wonderful resources. And can you guess, imagine the worth of all these resources is almost 5,500, and but you are just getting for the mere price for $49, and that is valid only until this March 10th. So make sure that you grab it, because if you need to buy each of this resource individually, like it will cost you more than $5,000. But guess what? Just until March 10th, this is, I would say, this is the best plan-based resource that like you can get it for such a cheap price. And today with me, I'm so excited. I have another wonderful contributor to this bundle, Courtney Somma, who has actually contributed actually two things. So one is about how you can incorporate strength training into your daily routine. And she has also talked about the holistic wellness. So I will let her describe about her wonderful contributions of the bundle. And for those of you who are meeting us for the very first time, I'm Dr. Shobha Rai Pudi. I'm both certified lifestyle medicine doctor, where I actually help people reverse their chronic conditions, reduce their dependence on medications, and have more energy. And with me today, I have our guest, Courtney, who is a dedicated health coach, wellness advocate, and plant based nutrition expert committed to helping others break free from chronic health struggles. And after years of battling migraines, joint pain, and unexplained symptoms, she discovered the transformative power of whole food plant based diet. And with deep passion for wellness, Courtney actually empowers individuals to reclaim their health. So, and I'm so excited for her to be here. So, welcome, Courtney.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm honored to be here. It's very exciting.
Thank you. So, so Courtney, so I downloaded your strength training guide. I was so excited to see this, and like you have put together the schedule, like even like 6 week of schedule, and I love like what you wrote about it. You said, I mean, this is one of the thing you said. The sole focus is on physical appearance, but true nourishment, lifestyle, and other aspects of living healthfully fall by the wayside.
Mhm.
And health and wellness there aren't about pounding down processed snacks to hit your protein goal, but rather truly learning how to nourish and fuel your body, mind, and soul in all areas of life. So I mean, I love that statement. So would you speak towards that? Because as you can see, when it comes to fitness, everybody is concerned about the physical appearance and just making sure that they're getting loads of protein. But you just hit the nail on the spot.
Mhm. Thank you. And this is something when I say these things, I'm speaking from experience because I have a history of a very positive relationship with movement and exercise, despite having some chronic health conditions that have arisen with time. However, we tend to look at people that are in shape and they look so healthy, and it's really interesting. And I heard this from someone else and I forget who it was, but it's like people say, she's really healthy, but she's diabetic, or but she looks so healthy, but she's got cancer. And it's so surprising that, you know, individuals are being diagnosed with chronic health conditions at a younger and younger age. I saw an article. I didn't read it. I just saw the headline. It was yesterday. That or I woke up at 4 o'clock this morning. So it might have been this morning. But there was a 19-year-old diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease. So he's the youngest person, I think it was a male, that's been diagnosed with
Wow.
Alzheimer's disease. Um, there was a study by Penn State, I think it was Penn State or University of Pennsylvania, that stated that, oh, it's actually right here on my desk. In 2023, Penn State University said that American boys and girls born in 2019 can expect to spend 47% to 60% of their lifetime, respectively, on at least one pharmaceutical drug.
Wow.
So, I mean, obviously, prevention is not what we focus on in traditional Western medicine. And I think doctors are amazing. They're highly intelligent. Their goal is to help people, but I do believe that the way the model is set up, we don't have the right focus, and we're all as consumers very focused on aesthetics and doing something that might be easy rather than doing something that our body really needs to keep us healthy.
So true, Courtney. So when it comes to, I mean, strength training or even exercise, there is a lot of intimidation around it, especially when it comes to strength training for women. They just keep wondering, how can I incorporate in my daily routine?
Yeah, so I think intimidation is multifactorial, right? So maybe it's something they haven't done before. They've been interested in it and they've just not done it before. They're not sure of the movements. They're afraid to get hurt, which makes sense. Those are valid arguments, especially if you've got a chronic condition. So myself personally, I have hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which is a rare hypermobility disorder that affects the whole body and many systems, but I can do a movement with perfect form and my body will still send pain signals. So that is something that is a continuous thing that I'm working on. And as you know, healing is not linear. Um, but there's also, and I think we're getting a little further away from this, but the thought that, I'm female, I want to look feminine, I don't want to look bulky.
Mhm.
And I think that that myth is on its way to being busted. But I think it's important to know, as women, we're not going to get bulky if we're just doing regular strength training. You have to work so, so hard at that. And you have to try to get bulky to get to that point. Um, and the other thing is that you don't have to be throwing around heavy weights in order to have an effective resistance training workouts.
Mm.
Can do body weights. You can do resistance bands, especially if you are someone with a chronic condition and pain is an issue. You can do body weight, and that movement is still beneficial to you. It doesn't have to be some sort of extreme workout.
Uh-huh.
I myself also got caught up in, well, it's not a workout if I'm not huffing and puffing and sweating all over the place and I can barely pick the weights up. I think, giving ourselves some grace and realizing that we can move our body in other ways to improve our health and well-being is very important.
Why do you think it's important to incorporate strength training?
There are so many benefits. A lot of us, again, kind of going with the aesthetic side of things, we think, okay, we need to do cardio and burn calories, and cardio is absolutely important. However, with strength training, it builds your bone density. It helps with the brain's health. I actually did a live on Saturday and I was talking, her name's Samantha with Raw Food Meal Planner, and she was actually great. But she works with Dr. Amen
Mhm.
on brain health, and strength training increases BDNF, which is brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which
Mm.
helps protect against cognitive decline.
Yes.
So, I mean, it's multifactorial. It can help reduce falls in elderly give you more energy. You will burn more calories if you have more muscle on your body. So for people that are looking for that, that is still a benefit to strength training. So there's a lot of benefits to go around.
With so many benefits, how can I make strength training a consistent habit without feeling overwhelmed?
Without feeling overwhelmed. So starting small for
Mm.
sure. Don't jump into something that you're not completely that's completely foreign to you. If you can hire a personal trainer, absolutely. If that's not something that is a resource that's available to you at this time, there's free fitness classes on YouTube. You can absolutely utilize my 6 week strength training course. And the nice thing about it is those movements with strength training. Yes, the movements patterns can be redundant. Like there's only so many things our bodies can do, right? They can do a lot, but the basic patterns remain the same across time. So your squats, hinges, presses, pulls, all of that. But um, I think I lost my train of thought. So starting small, so you can use something like my 6 week course, and maybe 6 exercises or movements is too much for you to do in a day, and you want to start with three.
Mm.
And those are nice. Now, obviously, that doesn't come with personalized coaching. Um, so it might take, being creative and kind of looking things up, like how do I modify this so it's, a little bit more of a beginner movement, and how do I modify it so it's more advanced?
Mhm.
But usually most of that just comes down to tempo and weight.
Mhm.
So it's very easy and intuitive to kind of modify in that sense. But yeah, for more direction, you would need someone that's going to be a personalized trainer that can help move you through that. But yeah, starting small and even just starting with body weight movements and bands, and you can do lateral open squats while you watch TV, you
Mhm.
know, little things like that that are very manageable and unintimidating, if you will.
Yeah. So, how much rest do we need between strength training sessions?
Yeah, that's actually a common question, and it definitely varies. So the rest between session and the rest between sets is going to vary depending on the person and depending on what you're doing. So if you've got like a super heavy load and you're really exhausting your muscles and your glycogen reserves, you're going to need extra rest time. So you might need a day or two between strength training exercises. When you get into overtraining, your muscles can't fully rebuild. So they rebuild during the rest time. When you work them, they tear. And when you rest, they rebuild. But if you're doing something, body weight movements, and maybe you're a little sore, but like the next day you don't have, you're not walking down the steps like, oh, legs. If you're doing that, take an extra rest day or work upper body or something like that. But if you feel fine and you want to work out the following day, or you feel like you need to, then that's fine. Also, if you've got a chronic condition, you may need a little extra rest time.
Mm.
My workouts right now don't look like what they did a couple of years ago.
Mm.
I have to give myself more rest time, even with my physical therapy. I have to, incorporate more massage and more heat and different things that can help my muscles relax and recover.
Amazing. So, like, how do we know if we are progressing in our strength training routine?
Well, you'll be able to lift more. So that would be number one. But so a lot of people, what I've encountered is they don't want to invest in more weight.
Mm.
They're like, I've got 5 or 8 pound dumbbells and
Mm.
that's it. Or
Okay.
I've got bands and that's it.
Mhm.
And that will only take you so far.
Mhm.
For the body to adapt, it has to encounter changes that it needs to adapt to. So if you're not giving it extra resistance, it's not going to adapt further. So you can do as many curls with that 5 pound dumbbell as you want, but you're not going to get any stronger and you're not really going to build any more muscle. You can build muscular endurance.
Mhm.
Your muscle will be able to lift that for a longer period of time. But in order to really increase strength, we need to work on progressive overload, slowly increasing our weight 5 to 10%. Kind of a good rule of thumb is if you can do 12 reps and you've still got more in the tank, you need to bump up your weights.
Mhm.
Um, Now, it is different again if you have a physical condition like and I hate to use myself as an example, but just having a chronic condition that I'm working on healing and knowing that there are many nuances to this, I just use myself as an example. So, you know, for me, it's like my superficial muscles are
Mhm.
much stronger than my stabilizers.
Mhm.
So I'll even drop down my weights, and my superficial muscles are like, this is too easy. But
Mhm.
then I'll have pain and a stabilizer somewhere.
Mhm.
So again, the rule of thumb is to increase your weight to get stronger, but you also have to have the foundations and make sure, that your stabilizers are strong and, we're not just working our vanity muscles.
Mhm.
So making sure our body is strong to the core as
Mhm.
well. So
Oh, that's such a wonderful tip. Yes, because it's important that that we focus on everything. So, like, would you like to talk about your contribution in the bundle? And like as I said, I love like how you gave the 6 week routine. So would you talk more about like what are the things that are in the bundle and why should people go for it?
absolutely. So the bundle is amazing. I've been purchasing the bundles for a couple years now, and they are incredible. They're such amazing resources, and the fact that we all come together and offer them at such a low price is makes it truly accessible for more people, which I love. As far as the strength training goes, I got into this realm and I got my personal training certification first. So I have a background in biology. I've worked in labs and hospitals, and then I finally decided what I wanted to be when I grow up. And I wanted to work for myself and be able to help people heal. Um, as I've experienced on my healing journey as well. So I want to be able to share that with others. But I got my strength or my personal training certifications first. So the strength training was the primary objective. And I always knew I wanted it to be more. Um, and then I got some nutrition, and I'm this year I'm going to take my board certification exam through the NBHWC for health and wellness coaching. So I want things to be more comprehensive to really give clients a solid foundation for health and healing. What I will say is the optimal human nutrition. Um, I just love that because we're so confused about what to eat. And
Mm,
this is one of the things that I want to help clarify for people. And we have a lot of different beliefs on what we should be eating, and everyone has the right to maintain those beliefs. But when it comes down to it, a lot of us are looking for information from doctors or fitness gurus or nutritionists, and we've really gotten away from the basics.
mm,
And just because we can doesn't mean we should. Our body can adapt. We can eat all sorts of things, but should we? And it really goes into the ins and outs of human biology and just kind of stripping it back to the basics. Like, if we were in the wild, what makes sense?
mm,
Yes, we're surrounded by these four walls. We have tools, we can hunt, we can cook, we can do all these things. But as humans, we really haven't evolved to change physiologically in the way that our world has changed around us. So when we strip it back to as humans, what should we be eating for health and well-being? Um, so that's why I put that in there. So I just love that piece, and it's super short and sweet, but yeah, those are my contributions to the bundle.
Yes, and those are amazing contribution, Courtney. As you said, getting back to our basics, like what is our body designed for? What is our body designed to eat, and providing the right food, because I know, like, even we have heard our grandma saying eat your fruits and veggies. but but we don't pay much attention to that, and like we have gotten away from eating what is natural, and like we eat so many unnatural or processed foods that is hurting our body. So that, I mean, you said it very well. So, like, are there any other contributions in the bundle that really excited you?
Oh, I'm really excited. They're all very exciting. I'm looking forward to going over yours. I know um Planetful Kiki has some stuff in there. There's a pizza
Hmm.
book. I'm really excited about the food. I'm on a little bit of a cleanse right now, so like no salt, oil, added sugar, caffeine, stuff like that. Really just down to the basics with whole fruits and veggies.
And that's what, like, all the resources in the bundle are like you have SOS free, and
True.
that is, yes, and that is what like people can access, because sometimes people wonder, okay, if I need to give up all this, what should I be eating? And they think maybe eating this way is boring, and this bundle actually like tells you like all the favorite things you
Yeah.
love, your burgers, pizzas, ice cream. It's not that you have to miss it, but using this whole ingredients, how you can actually prepare all of your favorite foods.
And
So
it's all so aesthetically pleasing. Like I didn't realize before I entered this lifestyle how amazing food can look and taste. And I'll tell you what, I'm not focused on weight loss, but I eat a ton of food. I am not a faster. I know there are, some scientifically proven benefits, and it's kind of a controversial topic. I'm a volume eater. I want all the food, and my clothes still fit. So I may not be the most in shape person. I don't have a six pack, but I can eat as much as I want and not gain weight, and it is amazing.
everybody would want that. Like,
Exactly, which is why they should get the bundle and learn how to cook this way.
yes, how they can eat more and weigh less. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes, so that is amazing. So thank you so much, Courtney. Thank you. Like we are all looking forward to downloading. So make sure, so we are pasting Courtney's link here in the chat. So grab it and make sure you download her 6 week strength training. And she also has another contribution about holistic wellness, which is another like beautiful guide that you can download. And along with that, you can download a lot more resources like cooking classes, all different like recipes. And so this is such a wonderful contribution. So thank you so much, Courtney, and have a wonderful day.
Thank you.